Hey guys, it is Monday here in West Virginia, and it is time for us to do our Mopar Monday video. And today we got a couple of blue modern Mopars for you. And one of them is pretty rare, and one of them is mass produced. And ironically, the mass produced one is the one that was very hard for me to find. I don't know why, but like 6 months, maybe 8 months after they were released, I decided I wanted them because at that moment I was just collecting old school Mopar trucks, predominantly the M2 machine 72 to 79 style, and occasionally some of the D100s and 200s from Green Light, but that was about it. Then when I seen the Rebel editions of the Ram from Autoworld, I bought them, the gray one and the yellow one. And then I looked and said, wow, the Bighorn edition looks pretty good with the chrome wheels and such. I wish I could get those, so I'll buy them. And I looked, and eBay had absolutely none on there. I found one red one loose without a hood, so I didn't buy that one. And then maybe a month after searching, I finally found a red one. It popped up for a decent price, and I bought it, but never could I find the blue one. And I finally found one, actually two, from a guy on Facebook. He's a diecast retailer online, and his name is KPS Hobby. He mainly deals on social media, but they do have a website, I believe. But that's where they sell more in their bulk quantity stuff to like other retailers. And his like individual sales are on like Facebook and Instagram. Here's the truck I was hunting for. This is the Patriot Blue 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn North Edition. And it took me forever to find this guy. And that's why when he said he had two, I was like, I'll take both. Because they're super hard to find. I don't know why. None of the online hobby shops that I searched on Google have them. None of the eBay stores have them. No private sellers on eBay have them. It was like almost impossible to find this thing. So here are your premium facts. This is the first release of our new 2021 Ram 1500 casting. The North Edition package, yeah, it's hard to read it under the card here. Hold on one second. I got one that I cracked open. As I said, I bought two of them, so that will help me read this better. So, the package adds options to the 2020 Ram 1500 Bighorn that make it more suitable for winter and off-road driving, like Falcon Wild Peak AT tires, upgraded suspension, engine block heater, and more. So that's what it says there. And this came out back in 2023. This is their release 4. And collect all 6 in release 4. It was the Ram Bighorn, and then their first appearance of the 70 Kingswood. I jumped on that one because I've been collecting wagons for a while. Well, at least just the Kingswood, I should say. Lately I started broadening my collection of wagons, but back then it was just Kingswoods. And when I heard they were launching the 70, I was like, wow, that's cool. So then they had the 73 Ford Mustang Mach 1, a 64 Ford Galaxy 500 XL, the 92 Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4, and the first appearance of the 82 Toyota Celica Supra. And yeah, this is a great looking truck. Let me throw this one over to the side because I'm not opening that one, but I did open one already. As I said, I got the last 2 he had in stock, and this is kind of like a metallic blue. You can see the metal flake hitting certain lighting, but it's not, I don't know, sometimes the metallics on the 164 stuff, especially like what Autoworld is doing, and I noticed this with my new Chargers, the green one and the purple one, they have metal flake in them. And the green one, it's almost got some places in it with the metal flake. They're so big, it looks like paint chips, but it's metal flake. And the purple one, the paint just looks dull because of the metal flake, I guess. But yeah, sometimes it takes away from the cars. I don't know, in my opinion. As you can see, there's some just really sparkly areas, and then there's areas that have like absolutely nothing. So it's kind of strange. But yeah, this is a great looking truck. The 6-spoke wheels, everything on this thing looks awesome. The big ram in the grill. I know they don't have acrylic headlight lenses on this, but the tampos look very nice. And you have your opening hood with detailed engine. This does have the mirrors casted in, which is really cool. And then you have your functioning tailgate, which is neat. And then the vanity plate, which just says Bighorn and such. And this would be the truck to have here in West Virginia with our winters here in the Appalachian Mountains. It would be very handy to have a vehicle like this. It doesn't get that cold, though, to need the block heater. At least I haven't experienced that cold yet. But up north, like Canada north and Alaska north, oh yeah, you would definitely be using that thing quite a bit, I would think. So that's the blue one. And here's the maroon one. And actually, the maroon one, I think, looks better, in my opinion. It doesn't have that metal flake in it, which is kind of good. Because, I mean, you could see the paint, it just looks much smoother and brighter as to, like, the metal flake. This side doesn't really have too much of it. This side does. I don't know, it's not that bad. So anyways, that is the Bighorn, and I finally have both of them in my collection. And I have two blue ones, and if I ever can get my hands on the red one for around retail price again, or $10, something like that, I want to grab another one. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, because I think people are finding out that these things are very, very hard to find. I don't know if it's because Autoworld did not produce as many as what they were going to, and that's why they're so tough to find, or if people liked them that much that they snagged them up right away. But I don't know, it just looks like the Mopar truck fans are out there, don't get me wrong, like myself, but I wouldn't have assumed that it would have been that big of a following to grab all of those right away. Because like now you can still find the yellow and gray Rebel editions on not Facebook, but on eBay easily. So I don't know why the first two releases, the Bighorns, were so hard to find. But they were. So if you're still looking for them, good luck. That's all I can say. So our next release is the rare one. This is another Tarmac release of the LBWK Hellcat Challenger. But they were in collaboration with IXO. And when this car first came out, and I seen it, I was like, wow, that kind of looks like the Tarmac one, but I didn't know it was part of Tarmac. Because the LBWK, even though there's no writing on it, you could tell it's their kit by those big, wide flares. They're super wide in front of the rear tire and behind the front tire. And not like width-wise, but length-wise. Like, the width, like, sticking out around the tire is probably no bigger than the original Hellcat wide body, but the length of the flare is huge. It almost covers all that area between the door and the wheel opening. Well, at least half of it, I should say. I kind of exaggerated it a little. But now the front part of it, it covers almost the whole front fender leg. So yeah, it is pretty big compared to the stock one. So it's easy to tell that it was an LBW kit, and I was like, well, IXO's making one too. It looks pretty good. And I know IXO's supposed to be getting into the 164 stuff with some muscle cars and things like that. I know they do trucks, but they're supposed to start doing more muscle cars at an affordable price. I ordered their square body crew cabs in advance, so we'll see what those are like. I don't know if they're collabing with M2 on those, or if it's going to be their own mold or what it's going to be. But yeah, after a while, I found out that this was in collaboration with Tarmac. But looking at the front of the box, you don't really see much, and you see how rare it was, one of 40 or 180. And at first, when I started seeing these, they were like 70 bucks, 80 bucks. And I was like, no way am I paying that. I'll order a Stance Hunters. For that kind of price, I can get 2 Stance Hunters for 70 bucks or even 60 bucks. And so I wasn't about to pay that for this. And then the price on this fell to around 40, and that was tempting. And after I found out it was Tarmac, I started saying, well, man, I got to get it because I have all of the other releases of the Tarmac LBWK Hellcat released to date. So I said, well, I had to bite the bullet and get this one. And then it dropped to 35 with free shipping. And then that's when I bought it. So I think there's still a couple on eBay at that price, which is a pretty good price for this car because the detail's nice and the rarity is there. So anyways, the card I've already opened, this is a really cheap card. It's like paper thin. So for card collectors, this is one that you're going to have to ask the person to package really well, because I mean, it is like super flimsy. It is like playing cards, actually like that. That's what the material feels like, with a light lamination on it. But anyways, if you do open it, you do have your collector box there. And we'll take a look at that real quick for you guys. So it's pretty much like the Tarmac boxes that they come in sometimes. So yeah, you have your 2019 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat, Super Convention, Las Vegas, 2025 there. And the name of the vehicle again, 164th Limited Edition, Dodge, and so forth. And then on the bottom, you have where to find IXO online and where to find Tarmac online. And I have no idea what IXO had to do with this collaboration. I think they just paid to have their name put on it. That way they could get their name out there at this convention for 164th. And then you do get a new tray to put it in. So that's kind of cool. It comes with that tray inside the box. I just got to figure out how to put it back in there now. There we go. And anyways, so you do have your collector box like all the other ones have. I think they all have it. Even the purple one has a collector box, but it's one to fit that hauler too. So now let's take a look at the car. And this color of blue reminds me of B5 blue. Very nice looking blue color on this thing. And it has a light metallic in it, not much. And the black centered wheels, the chrome lip look very nice. And the details in the car are very well done. And the mirrors, they are rubber, so they are a little durable and forgiving if you bump them, but I wouldn't play around with them too much. Nice detail on the hood. The hoods do not open, but that's okay because it keeps the body lines nice. Nice detailed grill with your SRT in the grill. And then that LED rimmed center light is pretty nice. And then the marker lights, door handles, once again, rubber side mirrors, and then you have nice detailed acrylic tail lights with the Dodge logo between them. No vanity plate, nothing like that. Your exhaust cutouts, metal on metal, slightly detailed base, and held together with Phillips head screws in case you do want to wheel swap them, which is kind of cool. So there is your IXO collab Tarmac Challenger Hellcat, and then your Dodge Ram, 2 blue vehicles for Mopar Monday, the day after Easter. I hope you guys had a nice holiday and everything. I posted a pic of some Mopars popping out of eggs because that's probably the most festive car company for Easter. It's pretty much spot on with eggs and the colors we dye them. So anyways, hope you guys seen that. That was my happy Easter to everyone. And we will be back again on Wednesday for our Wagon Wednesday. We have a couple Black Bandit wagons we're going to crack open for you guys from Green Light. So be sure to tune in for that and enjoy the first part of your week, guys. Talk to you soon.